Okay, so welcome everyone to Self-Care and Clean Beauty Learn and Shop. Thank you so much for coming. I'm super excited to be hosting this event. For those who don't know me, most of you know me, but my name is Mary Vidal. I'm the owner of WholeCore Fitness and Self-Care. And really the goal of today's event is just to talk about clean beauty, and what it is and why it's important to your self-care, and also introduce you to Beautycounter, who is the leader in the clean beauty movement. So, I also want to introduce my mentor, Jean Mestandria. You saw her before. She's going to be helping me present. This is my first Beautycounter presentation, so she's going to be my backup today. And so let's go ahead and go to the next slide. So again, most of you know me, but a little bit about myself. I am totally new to Beautycounter. I just became a consultant last month. I'm a wife and a mom of 2 teens who are 14 and 16. I am a core and pelvic floor fitness specialist, and I think above all, like a self-care advocate. And I'm a recent breast cancer survivor. So how this is relevant to clean beauty. Over the years, I've really been transitioning to living a little more cleanly, and that includes my personal care products. But it really was when I was diagnosed with breast cancer like 2.5 years ago that I started to step up my clean beauty regimen. And by clean beauty, what I mean is products that don't include any ingredients that are known to be harmful or potentially harmful to humans, and also that are transparent in their labeling. And that's really important to clean beauty. So I was introduced to Beautycounter about 1.5 years ago, and I've tried various products, and I really learned to love the brand. It's a clean beauty brand, and you know, in the last few months, I've been talking about it to my friends, a lot of you who are on right now, and I never really considered becoming a consultant. In fact, I told my sister that I became a Beautycounter consultant. She was like, "What, you?" Because like I don't even wear makeup half the time, right? But the more I started thinking about it, the more I said, "Why not? You know, like why not give it a go and just have like a little side business?" So that was kind of my initial intention when I became a Beautycounter consultant. So anyway, this was a month ago, and a week into my training, did a lot of online training, learning more about the company. I all of a sudden, it started dawning on me that there is like a bigger why for me to do Beautycounter. So if you could change to the next screen, next slide. All right, so, and I like to just compare my business and Beautycounter side by side because I think they really dovetail together, and that's what dawned on me in the past month. So my mission is to help women look, move, feel, and live better in their bodies from motherhood through menopause. And my motto is educate, empower, and inspire women to become their own self-care advocates. And when you look at Beautycounter, our mission is to get safer products into the hands of everyone. And the motto is educate, formulate, and advocate. So I really see using safer products as part of self-care. And so it's really like a no-brainer for me to include Beautycounter in my WholeCore business. And so that's what I'm doing, and I'm super excited to do that. So go ahead and go to the next slide, please. All right, so just to reiterate, I want to talk now a little bit about Beautycounter and the three pillars of formulate, educate, and advocate. So next. So the first, I want to talk about advocate. So when I first joined Beautycounter, I didn't really have a good idea of this part of the company. But we are a company, got to get my lingo right here. We are a company that we're really driven by health and wellness, and really spend a lot of time advocating and get better beauty laws at both the state and national levels, so that everyone can have access to safer products. So it's not just for Beautycounter. And I thought that was pretty impressive. I had no idea that really was going on. So that's like one of the things I really love about Beautycounter. And this slide here just shows one of the recent laws that was passed in California, Toxic Free Cosmetics Act, and that Beautycounter helped get that passed in California. Okay, so next slide. So what really struck me in the last few weeks is like my lack of knowledge about personal care products. And I'm really big on education, especially when it comes to women's health and women's wellness. So I was sort of blown away reading some of this information. And so did you know there's so much lack of regulation in this industry? And I didn't know. So the last, and this graphic on the left says the last time Congress passed a major law regulating cosmetics was in 1938, which is like mind-boggling because, you know, if you grew up in like my day, right, you know how many products have been put out on the market since then. It's like an explosion of personal care products, and there's nothing to regulate that. And there's 1.5 pages of federal law to oversee that whole industry. In addition, there are over, in the EU, there are over 1,400 ingredients that are banned by the EU for beauty products. And in the United States, there are only 30 that are banned. And these are ingredients that are deemed, you know, harmful to humans. So I also find that mind-blowing. So this was a really big eye-opener for me as I was starting to learn a little bit more about Beautycounter. And so, you know, this slide, there's a lot of information here, I know, but there's a common misconception that the FDA has any power to recall and enforce standards, but really it doesn't. So, you know, that is just something I like to get out to other people to understand, you know, how little regulation there is going on. And one thing to know, if you aren't familiar with this already, there is an app or an organization, the EWG, called the Environmental Working Group, and they have an app where you can actually look up your products, and not every product will be on there, but it gives a rating for every product from 1 to 10, 1 being like the greenest and then 10 being the worst. And it tells you actually pretty in detail what ingredients are there and what are harmful to you. So that's a really great resource. If you're not familiar with that, go check it out. Okay, next slide, please. And here I'm going to pass it over to Jean.
Okay, am I unmuted?
Yep.
I unmuted, okay. So what Mary was just talking about in terms of the lack of regulation, we'll talk about this later, why Beautycounter is different, right? So that's going to be an important segue later on, and so we have a couple of slides about that, just as an FYI. The other pillar that we stand by in the company is about educating, and this is what's happening right now. Mary is educating you right now about this, not only this brand, but also about the industry. And that's what our job is as consultants. We're all pretty passionate about the brand because of its mission, and the education piece is why the consultants exist. The company is powered by people like Mary and I. it's a direct-to-consumer brand. So we are sharing, and you guys can shop with us online. We have a few stores across the country, but we are not a retail brick and mortar, per se brand. So our mission really is to educate people about the industry, in that it's not regulated, and also that there are so many ingredients in so many products, and companies are not transparent. And we have become the leaders in that transparency, and we are countering the industry. So hence the name Beautycounter. So not to be confused with just that it's about beauty products. It's not. It's about countering the industry. And, we have all kinds of products from, skin to body to makeup, and for the whole family. So that's why we're here tonight in this pillar of education. Next. One part of education is to kind of clear up a few myths that are that kind of are out there, that labels, are factual and have everything on them, and that they're transparent, and they're not, because the industry is not regulated. So there's a lot of companies who greenwash, which means they say something that isn't really true. It's kind of a marketing thing, which they can get away with. It's the word non-toxic, the word's natural, the word's organic, the word's safe. Those are all kind of buzzwords, but we take them very seriously because of our ingredient selection process. So there have been companies out there that they take these terms and confuse people, and even in their marketing or even in their ingredients, they're only showing the certain ingredients, not like the full list, right? So that's where the transparency comes in. And so like Aveeno was an example of a product that was marketed to babies, for babies with eczema. Meanwhile, there's all kinds of skin irritants in it. So that's what greenwashing is. And natural and organic don't necessarily mean clean. It means that the ingredients may be sourced organically and naturally, but some of the companies could be just adding all kinds of other ingredients that then make it pretty, like the word dirty I use, because they are toxic, could be harmful, and they are deemed harmful. And just because some ingredients are sourced naturally and organic doesn't mean the entire product is clean. So Beautycounter's mission is to be as fully transparent. We self-regulate ourselves, and people are following us. They're following us. They're copying us. Mary will get into our never list later, but this is one of the biggest areas that we are trying to move the dial on. And Mary, back to you.
Yes. So one of the third pillar is formulate. Beautycounter is known for not just making clean products, but products that are very high performing, and I can attest to that. So, oftentimes, we think clean, and sometimes you get a product that doesn't work so well, but the products are high performing. And also, Jean referenced the never list. So I talked about the 1,400 chemicals that are banned in the EU. Beautycounter has a list of 1,800 chemicals that they call the never list that are deemed harmful or questionable, and those are not used in any of the Beautycounter products. And in addition, and these are some other reasons why I really kind of fell in love with the company. Beautycounter is a certified B Corporation. I don't know if you know much about that, but it basically is a corporation that doesn't just focus on profits, but it also focuses on people and the planet. And so they're certified B Corporation, certified vegan, certified Leaping Bunny, so no animal cruelty. And also all of the products, or I think virtually all of the products for Beautycounter are certified by the EWG, which is the group that I mentioned before. So, you know, it's not just rated, but it's actually certified by this independent group. And so I think that's really important to me, because I had been using that as a tool before, and it's hard to choose a product. Actually, if you wouldn't mind coming to the next slide.
Can I just add one thing, Mary?
Yeah, sure.
With the whole vegan, so we don't classify ourselves as a vegan brand. The reason why we have it here is that, you know, we're very conscious about all of this. And the majority of the products are vegan, and all the product profiles will tell you if it is or not, whether it's gluten-free and all the things that are in it that you might have allergens to. The reason why some of them aren't vegan is for some things like beeswax and some things that are, you know, a true vegan, yes, they're going to say, no, that's not good, but beeswax sometimes is, you know, sort of allowed. But so I would say for the most part it is, but you can find out by product on the website, anything you want.
Thank you. Great. So selecting products, and this is where I think I really appreciate Beautycounter, because when you're trying to choose a product that's safe, and when I had started trying to transition to safer products, you know, looking at labels is so confusing. It's so difficult because, you know, all the things that are listed and they don't, you know, look like anything recognizable. And so I really love that. I feel like Beautycounter takes the work out of some of that, so that because they are so they're so on top of their their selection process for ingredients. I mentioned before they intentionally ban a whole bunch of ingredients. There's a rigorous screening, and they're constantly upgrading formulas. That's another thing that's amazing. Like, there's actually products that I started using initially that has been you know, reformulated since then. So there's constant learning. Everything is sourced responsibly. They have very stringent agreements with their suppliers on sourcing. So that's another area that they just excel in. And they're very, very transparent in, you know, everything, including the testing and the ingredients. So I feel, you know, I put a lot of trust in the products because I know they're doing all this stuff behind the scenes. And it's also, you know, transparent in the labeling. You know exactly what you're getting. Yeah, next. So I want to move on to just a little bit of the product groupings that are offered at Beautycounter. And we like to say it's a brand that your family can grow with. So it's not just like women's skincare. There's a whole baby care line and a kids line. There's obviously the skincare and makeup and sunscreens, which I've used too, and bath and body. And within the skincare, we mentioned before, there's a whole men's line. So those are some of the products, and you could see them more in detail on the website. And then I like to talk about today is really like what I use, my routine. And it was kind of a joke. You know, a couple of the ladies on here are my friends, and at one point, I sent a text with a picture of all the Beautycounter products I had, and I was like a little embarrassed, like these are all the things I use, but I'm really really excited about this brand. So my routine is Counter Time, and that's not what I started with. Actually, I started with Counter Match, was more of their like basic line. But I realized like this is their anti-aging line, and I guess, you know, I kind of admitted at 50 that I'm actually should be using an anti-aging line. So hello, sorry. And anyway, this is Counter Time. It's the most hydrating line, and what I love about it, it includes a natural version of retinol formulated with, let's see if I can say this, Bakuchiol, I think it's called, and Swiss Alpine Rose. And it really just has made my skin like so youthful and glowing. Super happy with it. I also use some of their serums and this the vitamin C serum, which is the yellow one. The vitamin C is really known to brighten the skin. It's antioxidant, and also their resurfacing peel. So those are things that I use kind of periodically, but all of these things, like, you know, help you just have healthy and smooth skin, glowing skin, and I'm really pleased with this line. And I've always used a regimen, even when I was like younger, in my early 30s. So it was kind of natural to me, you know, to move into this anti-aging line. Go ahead. And so even though I don't wear a whole lot of makeup, I actually do love Beautycounter's Flawless in 5. So if I do wear anything, I do the Flawless in 5. And it's really a very quick beauty routine. And for me, I use, this is there's the starting with either Twin Skin Foundation or Dew Tint Foundation. And I use the Dew Tint because it's not like a foundation, like a heavy foundation. It's actually a moisturizer, sunscreen, and a tinted moisturizer and sunscreen. So it's kind of like multiple products in one. So I like that, and it's like a light coverage, and that's like good enough for me. I'm wearing that now, just so you know. The next one is the pen concealer and the brow gel, their mascara and blush. And actually, today I'm wearing Beautycounter lipstick, but this is the Flawless in 5, and it's really all I need. The picture I showed before was in the very beginning, was from a wedding that I attended back in January, and I actually used the Flawless in 5 plus some like extra eyeshadow and blush. But really, I have a pretty simple routine, and I'm very happy with the Beautycounter's makeup products. They're great. Okay, next. So I wanted to just talk about, and I might have Jean chime in here. We just released on the 6th the new gift line for the fall. They're in limited quantities, but they're a really good deal. And I actually purchased some last year, and they just make great gifts. And what I love about them is that they're not like holiday gift wrapping, so you can use them for any occasion. But we have right now the lip gloss, jellies, this nice makeup palette. This Bright Side Duo, which is what I was saying that I use. This is an excellent deal. You can try out both of those things for a really reasonable price. This is the serum, beauty serum that I use. And Jean can speak to this, the Polish and Protect Lip Duo.
Yeah, the serum that Mary uses this particular set comes with a quartz roller, which has become a very popular skin technique and tool in the last couple of years to help with tightening. And so it comes with the package. The Polish and Protect is basically our lip balm, which we have little jars of it that you could buy, jars of lip balm. But this particular set is like a twist up one, similar to any kind of lip protector. And then it comes with a polish that kind of gives you a little just extra shine, a little bit of scrub to it. The next one is a trio. The next two are a trio of the Shea Butter is a body butter, and it comes in 3 different scents, and we don't use any fragrance, which is the most important thing that anyone should come out of this knowing, because that's the #1 offender of an ingredient. So all of these have lovely natural scents from plant-based. And so the trio has that. The hand cream is wonderful in terms of those. You could, like, I tend to buy a couple of these and package them up together as little gifts, you know, a shea butter and a hand cream. The next one is a body. Our most popular body product is our scrub, our body scrub, which is, if anyone gets anything from this or wants to buy something and, you know, try the brand, it's this.
That's the thing to get. My favorite thing ever.
It's awesome.
Hey.
It's amazing. And
Thank you, Joan. Hi, I just want to say hi. That was Joan
hi,
O'Leary.
Joan.
Yeah,
You
Joan
guys,
is
I
our,
was a little late. I was
That's okay.
back from work, but congrats, Mary.
that's
so great.
okay. Yeah. So Joan is a managing director, and happy to have her join the call.
We are
Senior director, but thank you.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. I promoted you.
got promoted. The next one is our the Lotus Glow Balm, which is probably it is a miracle product. It's a multitasker. It does everything. It's like one of those products where, oh, do I have a burn on my hand? I'll put it on. Oh, I'll use it as a cleanser. Oh, I'll use it as a mask at night. Oh, my cuticles, my elbows, my dry skin. It really works for everything. And it's a wonderful, wonderful product that comes in this big jar, and it's a great value.
Yeah, if you have dry skin in the winter, that's like the best product ever. I mean, I have really dry skin, and I use it as a night cream or a hydrating mask. So after I do my routine, I'll literally put that on instead of my night cream, and it's just so soothing, and it gets rid of any of those flaky patches that you might find you're getting this time of year.
So these gift sets that we showed you here are, you know, they could be gifts for yourself. They could be birthday gifts. You could think about them for holidays. They just come in sets for a good value. It's not just about, you know, giving them as gifts, but, you know, they're wrapped very nicely to be used for that over the next couple of months, especially leading into holiday. And we've just launched those 10. But we have 6 more coming in the October 28th, which we'll talk about after this. So there's a lot more here, and then also on the website.
And I have to say, I did buy gift sets last year, and I used them all myself. I didn't give any of them away, which is.
It is all about self-care right now.
It is. But there's a question. The Good Glow, is it a scrub combo? So it's a scrub and a lotion, right?
It's a scrub and a body lotion.
Right.
Yeah.
The lotion is really light too. So if you're one of those people who likes to put on like a lotion after the shower and you don't have to like really scrub it in like a shea butter or something,
right?
It's a great option.
The shea butter is thicker.
Mm-hmm.
And as Joan said, this one is a lighter one. I tend to use the shea butter in the winter, and then the light one all the other parts of the year.
You can also break up the gift, like Jean said, too.
Yeah.
If you want to keep the scrub for yourself, and you can re-gift the oil as a fun Christmas, birthday, housewarming, whatever.
Mary, you want me to
Great. Yeah. So I'll just to explain, so if you're new to Beautycounter, we have some offers and promotions going on. You get 10% off of your first order, and you can use this code at checkout. But also, you know, if you think you're going to spend a little bit of money at Beautycounter, just at least to try some products, you can become a member of the Band of Beauty. It's $29 for the year. And basically, if you spend $50 in products, you get this nice little gift, which is a combination of charcoal face mask and resurfacing peel. But also, you receive a 10% credit off of all of your purchases during the year, and free shipping on any order over $100, and also access to special promotions.
Right.
So,
let me just clarify, Mary.
Yeah.
You get a 10% product credit to your account. So it's every $100 you spend, you get 10% back. And that goes right into your, once you put your email in and you've ordered, it goes right into your email account. And this is basically like Amazon Prime. So there's no subscriptions, there's no weirdness about this. It really is to provide free shipping and give you a credit if you're spending, over $100. And it actually, when you do the math, most of the time it is worth it.
Right, and I did sign up for that as well when I started. And Jean, maybe you could talk a little bit about Klarna for me. I don't know if it's worth mentioning, yeah.
Say that again, Mary? What?
Klarna.
I'm sorry. Yes. So I was on mute. So we just added Klarna, and you'll probably be, if you're a e-commerce shopper, online shopper, you've probably been noticing a lot of retail stores that are really focusing on online now because it's the new normal. And Klarna is a kind of like a pay as you go, or if it's $100, you'll get four equal chances to pay that. You don't have to pay it up front if you want to sort of spread it out. But it's only like a one-time thing. Anytime you order. But for that particular order, you can pay it, in the 4 installments, and then it's done. There's no interest or anything. It's just kind of, you can, schedule out your payments if you're budgeting or gift shopping or whatever. So it's actually a very nice feature. And there's no hooks, it's just, paying it forward a little bit.
One thing to add too about the membership, so Mary mentioned it's $29, and you also get the resurfacing peel and the charcoal mask as welcome gifts. So you're really getting 2 of our hero products in slightly smaller sizes for $30 or $29. So that's a really great thing to do. Even if you only order once, you get more bang for your buck that way. And we'll be doing a members only launch at sometime during this holiday season. So if you're planning on getting any gifts with us, it will definitely pay off to be a member.
Thanks, that's great. So we're at the time where we're going to do the raffle. I actually have everybody's name in my cup here. So tonight we're going to raffle off the lip duo that Jean was talking about before. And so anybody who's on the call is eligible to win. So I'm going to pick a name and let's see who we get. We have, Carolyn Simon, who had to drop off the call. I think she's still not here, right? Yeah, she's off. Okay, so next is another person who's not on. It pays to show up. I'll do another one. We're going to keep pulling until we find a winner. Is Mara still here? Yes, I see Mara. Mara, can you hear me?
Hey, Mara.
Mara, you won. She may be talking to somebody. All right, well, she's still on, so I'm going to count her as.
I'm here, Mary. You can't hear me?
Oh, no, there she is.
Yes, thank you. I was gesturing. I was doing my sign language.
Oh, you know what? I can't see that right now. So
yeah,
it's fine.
That's great.
So I have your gift right here.
Yay! Thank you.
So you are the lovely winner today. So just want to wrap it up because I know this is like a tough time for everybody, and we wanted to keep it short. Just so you know, if you do go ahead and make a purchase during this pop-up time, which is between now and October 16th, you'll receive a $25 gift certificate towards any future purchase of a skincare collection or Flawless M5. And you can shop with me by going to beautycounter.com/Mary Vidal. And then when you check out, you just select my self-care and clean beauty pop-up before you complete your order. Or if you happen to get to the Beautycounter site and forget to choose you happen to go directly to the Beautycounter site and not through my personal site, you can choose me as a consultant at checkout and then select the self-care and clean beauty pop-up.
Yeah, the name Mary's pop-up will be just below where her name is. So it's very obvious to, oh, are you shopping with it actually prompts you and asks you. So it's pretty intuitive. And I know we're going to go, but Joan was alluding to the sneak peeks for members. If you become a Band of Beauty member, you'll get early access to the next wave of wonderful gifts, which includes the deodorant, a little mini set of deodorants that are this one is the Sequoia, which is in the men's set. So we also have a men's shampoo and body wash, and including a men's deodorant. I'm getting for all my boys. And this one is nice because you get 4 of them. You can keep one for yourself. And if people are interested in clean deodorant, which is, I swear by this one. I've tried all of them and none of them worked, and this one did. So it's available only during this because we haven't launched officially the full product. We're kind of doing the soft launch right here. And then these other gifts will be available the 28th to the 4th to members only first, and then we'll open it up to the public. So it's cream shadows. This is like a shadow and a pretty, not a bronzer, but a highlighter. Some more jellies, which are great gifts for the younger set. This is our hand cream and hand wash in a very large containers, which are amazing. And then the men's set.
You know, I want to add something. You know, you mentioned large container, but I also want to mention
the glass.
Oh yes, I mean, yeah, I mean, there's so many things I could talk about forever, but a lot of the products last a very long time. Like you only need to use a little bit of a lot of the products, so they tend to last longer than normal like products that I usually buy, and so that's just something to know as you're deciding what to purchase.
They're very highly concentrated, so the pumps, the way they are, guide you as to how much goes in your hand. And the pumps everything is thinking about the environment and sustainability. Like these are glass, everything is glass jars for the most part, which are reusable and very recyclable. And sometimes it takes a little while for things to pump because we're very conscious about not having lots of small parts that you can't recycle. This last thing, just as an FYI, you guys are the only ones who really know about this because the counter timeline that Mary uses, we had a mini set for a very good price that's refillable. So I use it if I go visit my dad or somebody for the weekend. I'm not carrying all my big glass jars of stuff because I'm very adamant about keeping up my ritual. But this is only available in the New York City store, which I have access to right now. And they only have about 30 of these left. So if anyone's interested in counter time and maybe not so sure about a regimen and didn't want to spend all the money for the big collection, this is available through Mary, and we can reserve it in the store and get it out to you.
Yeah, great. And there's also another question, Jean.
Yeah.
On Tinted Moisturizer, how to select your skin tone. How to select for your skin tone.
Yeah, so I'm actually pretty good at it.
You are.
If I could, see a good picture of you or whatnot. Between Mary and I, there's a couple of ways you can do this. I think I have most of the shades here in Jersey City, and we can make little samples and you can try them. We can drop them off or you can pick them. I don't know. In this environment, I don't know where everybody is.
The woman, Laura's local.
Okay,
Yeah.
so if you're local, we could do that. The store provides a service that you can set up an appointment with one of the staff virtually, and they can help. They're the experts, and they can help you virtually with it. That's what we would be doing as well, but you could do it that way. And then if you end up wanting to buy something, you just say you're shopping with Mary, and they automatically assign it to her as the consultant. The other thing that I do is if we suggest things for you and you think you're close, I tend to recommend buy one or two, because we have an amazing, and figure out which one is yours, and because we have an amazing return policy. You can use it all up and then send it back in 60 days, free returns. So it's kind of, you know, you spend the money to get, it's just like if you buy a couple of sizes of a clothing online, that's what I do. And try mine at home and then return the rest. So you could do the same thing. And I've recently done that with some customers now that we're in a virtual environment instead of like going into the store and picking it up. And then you can just return the one you don't want. But there's a number of ways we could figure it out, but I'm pretty good at figuring your shade.
Thank you. So I guess with that, do we have any more slides, Jean? I think that was the end, right?
I think that was it. So I was going to undo this. Okay.
Thank you. And then I just want to open it up to any questions that anybody has. The people who are left, I know a lot of people had to drop off.